Okay, so good evening, all, and welcome back to the session. Friends, in previous session, what we were discussing, we were discussing about the tools. Okay, and we have discussed a very famous architecture, that is the React agent kind of stuff, or uh, we have created a tool that is going to call the LLM. Okay, tool is going to call the LLM. Once the tool is going to perform its operation, then it provide the response to the LLM back. Things were working perfectly, and we were able to solve our issue that was there. Say if uh, over here in this particular example, if we are having, say, if we have initially performed an operation that uh, multiply 2 and 4 and then add it in 10. Okay, so we are able to get this particular stuff like multiply, then add, and then it is going to get, say, 8 to cross 4 to multiply by 4 8, then it is identifying, say, 10 is there, the b number, it is going to add 8 and 10, and then we are able to get the uh, output 18. And then what we have mentioned, uh, and finally divide it by 2. Okay, so what it has done, it has divided it, and we are able to get the final answer 9. But over here as well, we are having one issue. Okay, let me start to have a copy of this particular notebook, and then I will explain the issue with this particular approach, and then we will try to resolve that particular issue. Okay, so at this moment, what you are able to see, or probably you are able to visualize, we are moving step by step. We are uh, going to identify a solution for a particular problem. Then if that particular solution is still having some problems, then further we are going to move ahead and try to solve that particular issue. So previously, uh, the issue was like it was not able to perform this particular operation. I say, if I can provide multiply 2 and 4, so the tool was able to do that. But if I'm going to mention, say, any another number, then add 10 in that, and then finally divide by 2, so it was not able to perform that particular operation. Correct? Are you able to recall? So with the help of the tool, we are able to solve that particular issue, and that's why we have created the tool. Previously, it was like ending onto the tool only, but once we are able to move the result to the large language model, so large language model is smart enough in order to identify this particular statement, and then it is able to work on top of that particular issue. So it was able to solve. Okay, let me create the copy. And I can give a name to this, say, agentic AI 7. Okay, so let me close this, let me close this. All of these particular things are perfectly fine, and let me have the execution. And over here, okay, so let me execute it, and let me try to add a line over here. So this is perfectly fine. It is taking too much time. I don't know why. It is not able to import the large language model. Let me restart it. Restart the kernel. Okay, so kernel has been restarted. Let me execute. It is restarting. Let me have the execution once again. Okay, still it is stucking onto GPT-5 Nano. Okay, so probably there is some issue with this particular model, large language model. Okay, it has been executed. That this is perfectly fine now. Okay, so what we are able to see, so just have a look over here. So we are able to get, so we have given 2 multiply 2 and 10, so it is given to large language, it is given to tool, because the large language model is identify that this is a tool call. We are having different tools over here: multiply, add, and divide. So these are the tools, and LLM is smart enough, based upon the query, it is able to identify that this call is with respect to the tool. So it is going to forward the call to the tool, and the tool has performed its operation, and then it has provided me the result. Okay, so, and let me have the execution of this particular piece as well. Okay, and say this is the another query. Okay, and let me delete these particular things as well. Okay, so what it will do, it will multiply 2 and 4, then add 10 in the result. Once it is able to get the result, then it will divide the output by 2. Okay, so each and everything is looking good, but if I can say, if I am having this particular, if I'm going to copy this and paste it over here and mention, say, what has happened, what I have done. Okay, so if I'm giving, say, human message in this particular way, so what I want, you can try to recall, say, if you are going to chat with chat gpt. So say you have typed one message and then you didn't like the output, then you just mention, say, try to change it a little bit more in this particular direction. Okay, it is not like, say, you are going to provide the complete query, correct?
Correct. Output will be some little bit more.
Multiply that by, say, 10. Okay, so I'm giving a message, multiply that by 10. So my expectation is, say, if the previous result is 9, so I just want to have the multiplication of this particular result by 10, and then I will be able to get the output. And just have a look what it will say. It will say, provide me the another number. Okay, so multiply that by 10. So it is saying it is given to AI message. At this moment, tool is not called. Okay, it is given, it is mentioning, say, I am missing the value that you want to multiply by 10. Please provide the number. Okay, or the previous result to multiply by 10. Say, it has given an example. If you want, you can give a full expression too. Okay, example 2 plus 3, and then multiply by 10. So this piece is working perfectly, but in the chat gpt we can mention, say if we are having certain output, multiply that by 10. Correct? Are you able to visualize where we are moving? Think for a minute to all of you, and ask if you are having any doubt, like the direction, with respect to the direction where we are moving. Just think for a minute and ask. Guys, is there any doubt? Let me ask by name. uh,
So can you please explain
okay,
again?
let me explain once again. Okay, so in the previous session, what we have discussed, we have performed this particular operation. Say we have created a tool, and we have given the output of the tool to the LLM only, and LLM was able to understand the statement. Say we have given this particular statement, say multiply 2 and 4, then add 10 in the result, finally divide the output by 10. Okay, so initially we have started to have the multiplication, 2 and 4, or any operation onto the two numbers. But once we are adding onto the tool, it was not able to get the rest of the statement. In order to solve that particular issue, what we have done, we have configured the tool in such a way that the output from the tool will go to the large language model, and then large language model will be able to make the decision, like do it need to call the tool again, or it need to move towards the end. Correct? Fine so far?
Yes, yes.
Okay, perfect. But this particular issue, approach is having an issue. The issue is, say I am able to get the result, but if I'm asking the next question, multiply that by 10. Okay, you can think about the chat gpt. If I'm asking a question, it is not like I'm going to mention the previous question and then say add it and then ask uh, the the complete question. So we are just want to, we are just providing the updated, you can say, value, or updated query. Let me open the chat gpt. Okay, and then you will be able to get the more context. So login. uh, I don't have the password. Let me log in with my account. Okay, over here we are having the chat gpt. Yeah. Okay, so I'm mentioning add 2 and 3. Okay, so it is providing me 5. Then what I can say, multiply it by 10. Okay, so 5 into 10, I'm able to get 50. So somewhere it is storing this particular result, the previous value. Correct? Then because of that only, I'm able to get the updated outcome. Correct? I'm not mentioning, say, the previous result was 5, but it is the result, previous result was somewhere stored inside its memory. Correct? Because of that only, it is able to provide me the output. I have given just multiply it
Yes.
by 10. So it is able to understand, yes, the previous value is 5. So 5 cross 10. And if I say divide 8 by 2. Okay. So the previous result 50 somewhere is inside the memory, and it is going to divide that particular divide that result by 2, and we are able to get 25. But over here in our example, that is not happening. Correct? So this is an issue over here. We are not storing the previous result. Did you get the problem, all of you? Are you able to visualize
Yes,
in which
Yes.
yes,
direction
yes.
we are moving? Correct?
So basically, currently we are not storing any historical data over here.
Correct, correct. And because of that, like, we are not able to get the correct output, and the AI message which we are getting from the large language model, it is saying you are having just like single number only. You just need to provide me the another number in order to provide you the outcome. So the same statement from the AI message is given over here. So how to tackle this particular situation? So the in order to tackle this particular situation, definitely we need to store this particular outcome somewhere inside the memory. Okay, correct. So over here, what we are going to do, we are going uh, to add checkpointing. So this piece is nothing but the checkpointing from line graph dot checkpointing checkpoint dot memory import memory server saver, and memory equal to memory saver. And then what I will do, say graph with memory and equal to, so builder.compile. I'm just going to use this particular statement. Instead of graph, I'm using graph memory. Builder.compile, and I will provide the checkpointer equal to this memory. This is perfectly fine. Let me try to have the execution. Okay, this is executed. Now what I will just want to do, I just need to display the graph, and display graph with memory. Okay, and I'm just going to print it. Okay, so what I have done, previously the graph was without memory. Okay, now checkpointing. So probably who uh, were the part of my previous session, say Vikas was there. So Vikas is having what is the checkpointing. Checkpointing is nothing but a location or a pointer where we are going to store something. Okay, so it is there in all the languages. Say if we are going to checkpoint something, so that will be a state uh, which we can utilize in order to, you can say, perform our further operations. So checkpointing is working in that particular way. It is a state that can be utilized in order to, or like, or in the simple words, this is the memory where we are going to store the output. So now the graph is having the memory, and now if I'm going to perform this particular operation, okay, so let me have the execution of this particular piece, okay, so it is going to perform all the operations in the previous fashion. So it will have the multiplication of 2 and 4, then it will add 10 in the output, it will be 18. So 2 and 4 multiplied, it will be giving the output 10. This is the tool message. Okay, then AI message is giving, say you need to say perform the addition of 8 and 10. So then again the tool call will be done. So it is having two arguments will be given to the tool. So it will be getting the 18. So 18 will be given to LLM. So it will take 18 as the first number and 2 as the second number. 2 from where we got the 2? So we got the 2 from this particular statement. And once it is given to tool, so based upon the tool it has performed the operation, and then we are able to get the outcome, say 19 9, sorry. This is the final message because output is given by the LLM only, and then the graph has been ended up. Now just have a look into the statement. Now the same statement is there, and let's try to have the execution. So the human message is given, and say what will happen. Okay, multiply that by 10. Okay, so sure, the number I multiply by 10, what is happening over here? Okay, graph dot invoke. So what we need to do, we just need to invoke the graph with memory. Okay, so my mistake. I just need to invoke the graph with memory. Graph with memory. I just need to store it somewhere. Sorry. Let's have the execution. That is what has happened. Check pointer requires one more configuration keys thread. Okay. So now over here what we are able to get, say thread idea. Okay, this is very important to understand. So say in the real world, what will happen, this particular code will be utilized by the multiple people. You can take it in this particular way. Say the chat GPT, it is not like say I'm the only one who is going to perform such type of operation. There might be thousands of pupils who are going to perform that this particular operation. So if I'm going to store something, it is related to which person, which one is the user, for what this particular output is stored. So we need to have a certain mechanism to identify that this output, what I'm going to store, what I'm going to checkpoint, it is related to this particular user. So for that, what we need to define, guys, we need to define the thread. Okay, so what I will do, I will define the thread, and I will do, I will mention it over here only. Hmm. Hmm. Say thread. So I will have say config. Uh, that is nothing but say I will define a thread, and I will mention say configurable, configurable, and what I mentioned say, and I will give say thread ID, and I can copy it from here only. Thread ID, and thread ID, what I can give, say thread ID for me is say 8. Okay, so this is the thread ID for me, and what I will do, this is the thread ID. Let me have the execution. Invalid syntax. Hmm. So config is given. Now what I will do, along with this particular message, I will pass this particular configuration. Let me do this. Looking good. And let me have the execution. Okay. And over here, I will mention this particular configuration. Okay. So I can give any thread ID over here. So it means like this particular outcome, what we are going to checkpoint, this is with respect to me only. So now say this particular new question is asked, and I am passing the configuration. So what it will do, it will, I need to use graph with memory. Graph with memory. Okay. And then so each and everything is fine. Just I'm using the updated graph, which is having the memory saver functionality. Okay, it is having the checkpointing related stuff, and it is having the configuration. Say this particular message is with respect to this particular user only. Yeah. Okay. So let me have the execution and see what will happen at this moment. Okay. So what is happening over here? 2 and 4, then multiply 8, 8 and 10, 18, and then it will divide it by 2. Okay, then 9, and then 9 is 9 is the result. Multiplied that by 10, and we are able to get the 90. Okay, and this is nothing but 90. So are we working similar to chat gpt? Is it?
Yes, it is working fine.
Yeah, perfect now.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it will give you some confidence as well, like how the things are happening internally into the chatbots. Okay, so we are able to get 90. Now you can say, uh, you can mention, say add uh, 40 in the output. Okay, so let me have the execution. Things are looking fine, and see, let's see what will happen. Add 40 in the output. So it is having the information that 90 is the previous output. Just have a look over here. So 9, 10, and then 90, add 40 in the output. Okay. And then 40, 90 plus 40, 130. Perfect. Is it going good?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now, this particular approach is also having an issue. Now, can anybody tell me what is the issue? Try to think. Okay, we are able to get the output, that is perfectly fine. And let me give you a hint. This is from the cost perspective.
Every time it is executing the whole flow.
Yes.
Correct,
It
correct.
will create like more resources
Yes,
requirement.
because yeah, not the resource, but what is being happening, we are passing all the previous tokens to the large language model, and which might
Yes,
not
yes.
be the requirement. Probably we just need to pass a pass to message. or past one message. Correct? Did you get the problem?
Yes, it can be done only after like 90 plus 40. That syntax only. It's not required previous all
Ah,
subtraction or additions.
so what we can do, we need to do the filtration, correct? We need to have the filtration kind of stuff, so that we will be able to apply the filtration onto the messages, okay, correct. So I just
So
want
can
to
we
fill.
so can we
Mhm.
restrict with the help of prompt?
Yeah, you can restrict with the help of prompt, okay, but uh, if you can do it by yourself by modifying the code, then why you are, you can say, passing all the messages, we will not be able to save the cost, okay. So we are giving something to the large language model and saying you just need to consider this. Ultimately we have given the entire data.
सर वो टूल एंड पे इसको मेमोरी फंक्शन नहीं बना सकते?
That we will see like how to tackle this particular problem, but the answer what you have given, I'm talking the cons of that particular statement. What is the issue in your approach? Issue is, we say you are mentioning we can restrict it with the help of prompt. Definitely we can do, but at this moment we are utilizing large language model, and we are saying, say from these 10 messages, you just need to consider last two or recent two, okay. Ultimately we have given all the 10 messages to the large language model. Then only, until unless we are not giving the 10 messages to the large language model, how the LLM is able to understand that there are 10 messages and I need to just consider two only. Okay, ultimately we need to pass, and if we have passed something as a token, then it is going to charge us. Correct? Are you with me?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Okay. So what we need to do at that moment? Hmm. What do we need to do? Okay. So let me try to create a new notebook, and then we will have the discussion on top of that. Okay. So over here, what I will do, I will create a new notebook. I will give. I'm not going to copy. We will be working on to the different example, but that example is going to solve your issue. Okay. The direction will remain same, and you will be able to get. Okay. So let me copy this particular piece over here. Let me have the execution of it. Then I will define the LLM. That is perfectly fine. Okay. Now what I will do, I will define the human message AI message. That is also fine. Okay. Okay. So what I can do, I can define, say, mm, from pprint, import pprint, print import pprint. That is fine. And what I say, from langchain dot langchain underscore score messages dot messages. I have imported that piece, a message and human message. That is perfectly fine. Now, say messages, and I will say AI message. And what I mentioned, say mm, so you are working in telecom domain, domain, and I can give a name equal to say over here what we are getting. We're not getting any name. Okay, so what name you can give to your chatbot? Can anybody suggest? Give a Provide me a good name. It can be anything.
Tool calling summarizer.
Uh, it should be the simple one, say, or
AI.
chatbot, chatbot, or say, oh, okay, chatbot. This is perfectly fine. So message this one, and what I will do, message dot append, and I will append the human message in it. This is a messages, and say messages dot append, and what I can have human message, and so it can say yes, I am
So can we
working.
define summary of conversation kind of function, or like
So we will move step by step. So, okay, whatever you are talking about, that will come in the next step. You are probably from where you have searched. So, or if that is because of your you can say thinking capability. So the piece that you are providing me, it will come in the next you can see use case. I'm moving step by step so that you will be able to correlate each and everything. So we will go through with one solution, try to identify the problem in that solution, and then we'll try to solve that particular problem. Then if something is there with respect to the problem side, we will try to identify that piece as well and try to solve that particular problem as well. So step by step we are moving. And yes, if you have not searched it, then this is a correct understanding that you are having. Means you are thinking uh, like a problem solver. So that will be good. So whatever you are thinking, that is the next you can say problem that we will be going to discuss in our tomorrow's session. Correct? And but
correct? So actually, I was thinking like if conversation of summary can be defined, then maybe we can reduce that type of unnecessary token uses.
that is perfectly fine. We will come on to that particular piece as well. But that is a good catch. Means you are thinking, you're using your mind. This is good. I appreciate it. So I'm saying, say, this is the AI message. We will be having a sequence, say, AI message, human message, AI message, human message. Okay, in that particular way, we will be keep on adding. So it is a chatbot is saying, say, so you are working in the telecom domain, and I'm saying yes, I'm working in telecom domain, and say Javed is having conversation with ChatGPT, yeah? Or you can say our chatbot, and what I can give, yes, I'm working on telecom domain, but what are the new technologies or tech stack that I can learn, okay, learn about, and it is said by say name. I'm giving a name, and that is equal to say Javed. This is perfectly fine. Okay, and let me have the execution. And what I will do for m in say messages, and then m dot pretty print. M dot pretty print, and let me see what it will give. So name chatbot is saying, so you're working in telecom domain. Name Javed is saying, yes, I'm working in telecom domain. But what are the new tech stack that I can learn about? Okay, let me give the question mark as well. Okay, so this is perfectly fine. And what I will do, so I will do what I have defined the large language model, that is perfectly fine. So LLM, and what I will do, LLM dot invoke, and I will pass this messages. Okay, and see what will happen. It's taking too much time. I have defined the LLM. So, uh, so it is saying, say, I message, nice question. The telecom field is moving towards the cloud native open AI. So it is able to provide me the output. Okay. So, so over here, this is say, this is working in the moving in this particular way. AI message, human message. Okay. Then based upon this human message, it will provide me the AI message. This is perfectly fine, and we will be moving in this particular approach. Say first, like we will be having say AI message, then human message. Human will ask certain question, AI will provide the answer, then human will ask the question, AI will provide the answer. And these particular answers, question and answer, will be keep on appending. And then like how we can minimize this particular flow, we are going to just understand that particular piece. So you can try to recall uh, our our previous example where we are keep on asking the questions. Okay, and it is like keep on appending those particular things inside the memory. And then we need to understand like how we just need to keep the previous 1 2 or 10 values only out of the previous say 100 values. Okay, whatever is there, and based upon our requirement, we are just going to keep the the required values only. in order to frame the result. Okay, so that is perfectly fine. So the approach we have decided, like AI message, human message, then AI message. Okay, then human will ask, it will be uh, giving to the AI message. So all of these particular questions will be given to the AI. Then AI will provide me the output. Then again we will ask. Then based upon that, like uh, the AI or chatbot will provide us the answer. So we are we will be moving in this particular flow, and let's try to create the graph with respect to this particular approach. So so what I can copy from the previous piece. Okay, so let me try to have these from line graph, import state graph. Okay, so instead of state graph, I'm using the message state. Import message state start and just from line graph. Line graph dot graph. Import state graph. So message state start and is there. Okay, and this is perfectly fine. Let me execute it. Invalid syntax. Okay, import is given twice. What has happened? Message state is not able to
Stage. State.
state, message state. Still there is an issue. Len graph. This is fine. Message state is having the issue. Len graph dot graph import messages state. My mistake. Okay. So I'm having message state, I'm having start and state graph. Okay. So what I will do, I will define the node and say def and chat model node, and I will have say state, and state is message state I'm going to use, and the output to it will be message state only. And what it will return, it will return message and I just use this particular piece. llm.invoke, and I will use state state of messages. And let me build the graph. So builder equal to state graph, and it will use message state, and then builder dot add node. Chat model, and chat model node I will use. Now what I will do, we are having chat node. Now I just need to create the edge, add edge, and then you can ask if you are not able to get anything at any point of time. So add edges, it will start and it will go to the chat model. That is fine. And let me try to add some more edges. Start to chat model to then end. This is perfectly fine. And graph equal to builder.compile. And now what I will do, I will try to create the graph. Graph, let me have the execution. Okay, so this is something, say I'm going to have the start, then I'm giving to the chat model, and then chat model will apply, perform these particular things, and this message state is going to do the appending onto the messages that I'm going to write, and then it will be going to work on top of that. Okay, just have a look. Let me try to have the execution of it, and you will be able to get the output equal to graph. I will invoke the graph. This is the current approach, and we will do the optimization on top of this. Invoke, and what I will do, I will pass the message. it will be passed as a dictionary. For M in output. And M dot pretty print. What has happened? Stage is not defined. Where we have used stage, state. Okay, so what you are able to see, AI message chatbot is saying, say, so are you working in the telecom domain? Human Javed is saying, yes, I'm working to this. Then AI message is there. Great question. The telecom is, so it is able to provide this particular output. Okay, so you can like provide the message over here. It will keep appending in this, because over here message state is going to keep on appending the messages. So that is perfectly fine. But what I will do, uh what I will do in order to, you can say, provide you the better understanding, like what uh exactly what we need to do, we need to apply the filtration mechanism somewhere in this particular, you can say, flow. This is the flow basically. Yeah, so over here, the the chat model, what it will do, it will going to, you can say, append all the messages in it. And then based upon that, like, it is keep on appending the input and output, and then along with the query it will be given to the LLM, and then we will be able to get the output based upon that. So what we need to do, we need to think a filtration mechanism on top of this particular problem, and we just need to do the filtration before it moves to the large language model or chat model basically. Yeah, so how to perform that particular, you can say, optimization. So in order to give you the better clarity, we will be going to mention certain messages, IDs and all, and then you will be able to get the understanding of. So what I will do, I will copy this particular piece. Okay, and I will mention it over here. Say human message is this, AI message is this, name what, and uh, I'm just moving. You can say in this particular way. Say this is a simple message. Hi. Okay, so let me mention. Say hi, and name is a chatbot, and the ID, I can say ID equal to say 1. Okay, and id equal to 1. So then what I will have, the human message. Okay, so messages dot append, and human message, say hi, human will also say hi, and Javed has said hi, and I can mention say ID say 2. Okay, ID 2. Then it will be the AI message turn, AI message, and say I will ask this particular question over here. So you are working, okay, and I can mention, so you are working in telecom domain, name chatbot, and ID equal to say 2. Okay, you will be able to relate, there will not be any issue. Okay, so you are working high, and then what I can say, the message from the Javed. So human message, now it will be the human turn, and I will copy this particular message, and I will mention it over here. Okay, yes, I'm working in the telecom domain, and this is ID 3, and say this is ID 4. Correct? Are you able to get what I'm doing over here? Are you able to get? Guys, are you able to get? Message dot append, and it will be messages dot append. Are you able to get what I'm doing over here? All of you say yes or no.
No,
Hello. Are you able to get?
no, no, no.
No. Okay. So what we have discussed, like we are going to have the filtration onto the messages. So if I'm having say AI message this, then the human message is this one, then AI message is this one, and then human message is this one. Okay, and now what I will do, I will pass these particular messages to the large language model. I will give it to the large language model LLM. So LLM will try to take all of these particular messages, okay, and provide me the output. Correct? What I'm trying to do, I'm trying to apply the filtration mechanism over here in order to provide you the better understanding. So if I'm providing all of these particular messages to the large language model, it will you can say going to cost me a lot. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to apply filtration on top of these particular messages, so that only required messages will be given to the large language model, and I will be able to get the outcome with respect to those particular messages. Correct? Okay, let me provide you in this bit information. Say I'm having, say I'm having message, and let me copy it. Okay, so I'm having message, uh say message 1, message equal to message 1. Okay, so this is the message 1. You can take it in this particular, this is AI message. AI message. Okay, AI message. Now this particular message is appended to the message 2, with the human message. The human message is there, and then the message, what it will be message 1 plus message 2. Okay, I will be having two messages. Then AI message is there. Okay, so the message is what it will be. It will be it will be like this. Message 3. Message 3. Okay, then human message will come into the picture. Okay, and it will append into this particular message, and it will be say message 4. Okay, message 4. Now, if I'm going to provide it to the large language model will be having all these four messages, correct? Which is, let me first print it, and then you will be able to get the better information. Okay, for where is the issue? Hi, the name in the first line itself. Hi. Okay, it will be like this. Okay, so chatbot is saying say hi. Then human message Javed is also saying say hi. Then chatbot is saying say, so you are working in telecom domain. Javed is saying say yes, I'm working in telecom domain. So in this particular way, like I will be having the four messages. Then fifth message, what it will come? It will be coming from the from the chat model, or that will be the AI message. Now, if I'm going to to take the answer, if I just need to like get the answer, do I need to pass all of these four messages to the large language model? Or let me correlate it with this particular piece. So we are keep on asking the questions, and then it it is going to take the reference of all the previous questions that we have asked, and then it is going to provide me the output with respect to that. So in order to like, we are not moving with the checkpointing at this moment, but we are trying to apply the filtration just before the LLM, and then LLM will be able to provide me the sorry, output with respect to the recent message only. Let me do that, then you will be having the better clarity. Yeah. Okay. So what I will do, I will define a particular node. Uh, huh. Let me copy this particular piece. This is the chat model, and this is say our graph. That is perfectly fine. What I need to do, I just need to have a filtering mechanism. So what I will do, I will define a particular filter node as well. Okay, so I will give a name filter underscore node. Okay, or say filter messages. And what it will take, it will take state as the the message state. It will provide the output as message state. And what it will do, I'm going to say delete messages. And how I'm going to delete the messages? So I will be having, I just need to import something from the len graph. Say import langchain underscore core dot messages import remove messages. Remove message. Let me try to import it. Langchain core dot, okay, sorry, from langchain. Okay, and I will use this remove message over here, and remove message, and then id equal to m dot message dot id for m in state messages, and okay. So what is the meaning of this? Guys, probably you have worked on to the list, huh? Okay. And if I am saying, say, inside the Python, if I'm mentioning, say, this, what is the meaning of this?
Last two messages.
Last two messages, huh? Okay. So this two, okay, let me take it this particular way. Okay. So if I'm going to mention, say, one, okay, or message one, let me say, in this message one, what is the meaning of this? Or let me try to mention it over here. So you will be having the better clarity with the practical only. Yeah? Okay, let me try to have the message and say, or say test one equal to, okay, test one. So test one. Okay, test one means what? Indexing start with 0. So we will be getting the first index item. First index item is what? 2. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. And if I am going to mention, say, 1 and then colon, what it will give?
First message.
Removing this one, it will give all of the remaining remaining indexes. Huh? Okay. Correct? Now, if I'm going to mention, say, -2, okay, so what it will give? This particular last -1, -2, this particular index over here, this is index basically. Yeah, correct? Are you able to get? This is index, huh? what I'm going to mention over here, this is the index. So it is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, if I am mentioning say 4, so it will provide me 5. This is onto the fourth index. If I'm going to mention say -1, so it will give me 5. 5. Okay, because this is -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. If I say mention -5, so it will give me 1. Correct? Is it fine with everyone? Do you know indexing?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, it's okay.
so if I am going to mention -2, so what it will give? It will give 1, 2, 3, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to keep the last two messages only, and apart from the last two, I'm going to delete each and everything. So over here, probably you will be able to or you will be able to understand at this moment. I'm having 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 messages, and I'm willing to provide last two messages only. Or if I'm going to mention say one, so it will be going to take the last message only in order to provide me the output. Are you able to correlate now the problem what we are discussing, and what the solution we are planning to have? Lakshmi, did you get?
Yes, yes.
Perfect. What about others? I just want to have the confirmation from all of you. Is it every?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
So this is indexing inside the list, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to delete say last two messages. I'm going to delete two messages, and then what I will do, sorry, this is something like this. Okay, and I just need to define, if I have defined a function, then I need to return something, and I will copy this particular piece from here. Okay, I'm not going to invoke the LLM at this moment. So return say messages, and it will be say state, or what I can do, I can return this particular delete message. Okay, so this is perfectly fine, and now let me have the execution. So I have deleted this particular piece, and I have returned it. Now what I will do, I'm having the chat model as well. Okay, so nodes, once I'm going to define a particular node that is going to you can say perform a particular operation, so I'm going to take it as a node. So this is a node, filter message node. This is the chat model node, and now I'm going to build the graph, and I just need to add the node as well over here. So builder dot add node, and say the filter node, and I can say filter. This will be the name displayed, and I will take this particular piece over here, filter node, filter message, and from start it will go to the filter start. It will go to the, or let me try to copy one more time. From start it will go to filter, and from filter it will go to the chat model, and then chat model to end. And let me try to have a look over here. Is it executed? Let me have the execution, and let me try to to create the graph first, and when you will see this particular graph, you will be able to get more clarity. Yeah? Start, filter message, chat model, and end. Correct? Are you able to get what is happening over here? Hmm?
Correct, sir. But I think in this way also, like we are not able to reduce tokens because in this way also we are executing chat history again and again to delete the
No, no, no.
message.
Just have a look over here. This particular filter, is it given to the large, like, is LLM working over here? No, this is a simple function. Okay. Filter message is a simple function where we are taking the message state and we are taking all the messages, and from the messages we are going to remove all the messages apart from the last two. You will be able to see. So I'm going to pass, let me take this particular piece what I have defined over here. Okay, where is that piece? Okay, let me try to have this. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Okay, let me try to keep take this particular piece. Now you will be able to understand. I'm having this particular stuff and uh, output. Okay, so uh, let me have the execution and you will see what is the difference between this approach and previous one. It is taking some time and you will be able to see the difference. Okay, so AI message. So you are working in telecom domain. This is the third message. Okay, it is not taking these two. Correct. If I'm going to say mention over here in this particular way, say let's take three. So just have a look over here. Previously it was started, so you are working, so probably it will start with Javed, okay, human message, and it will say hi, then AI message will be there, you are working in telecom domain, then yes, and then it will be human message, then we will be getting the AI message based upon all of these particular three messages. Just have a look over here. So it has started from here. Okay, Javed. Javed, then chatbot is saying, so you are working in telecom domain. So we are getting, say, yes, I'm working in telecom domain, but I just want to, then AI messages, we are getting the AI message. So what we are doing at this moment, we are restricting the number of messages which will be given to the large language model. It is those particular messages are filtered from here, from this particular piece. those particular are not given to the large this chat model in order to provide you the answer. Correct. Now you can try to relate are both of the problems what we have seen in the previous one and this one. So we are restricting our messages to move on to the chat model, correct, or to the large language model. We will be giving the the least, you can say, messages based upon our requirement. Correct? Did you get all of you? Are you able to get the problem and the solution?
सर वो डिलीट मैसेज नहीं दिखा मुझको
Hmm?
मैसेज डिलीट कहाँ हुआ सर
Okay, so over here at this moment, what you are able to see, uh, it has started from here. Okay, so Javeda, it has started from here. The human message. Human message is at what place? This place. Message number 2, id is 2. Okay, so Javed, it has asked say hi, then AI message, it is saying say chatbot, so you are working in telecom domain. Then Javed is saying yes, I'm working in telecom domain, but I just want to learn about the tech stack. So AI message is providing this particular response. So we have restricted it to 3. If I can mention say -1, so it will take only the recent message. Okay, this particular message, it is going to take say yes, I'm working in telecom domain, tell me something about the tech stack and whatever. So it will take this particular message only, it will be given to the large language model. Just have a look. I'm changing it to -1 and you will be able to understand. Okay, so just have a look. It is not going to take these 3 messages into consideration. It will take this human message. It will start from here. The chatbot will start responding from this particular message. It has not taken. It will not take these 3 into consideration. Okay, Javed. Yes, I'm working in telecom domain. Okay, this is the last message. Are you able to understand?
यस यस
Okay, so these 3 messages are not given to the large language model. Okay, now the large language model, the chat model, what we have defined over here, which is going to work on to our messages, it is going to capture the history and all. Okay, so into consideration, because message state is going to take the previous messages as well. Okay, and based upon that, it is going to provide me the output. It is going to take this particular message into consideration. Now what you can do, you can try to club this particular approach like the filter piece with your tool that you have seen it over here, and just see like what is being happening over here. Correct, you just need to to utilize this particular piece. Okay, this is, you can say, the simple stuff, like in order to reduce the token size which are given to the large language model. Correct. And over here what we are able to see, we are having the simple, like in order to provide you the understanding, we have mentioned hi, so you are working, so like small number of tokens are given. Okay, but in the real world, like once we are getting the response from the say chat models or the LLMs, so it will keep on appending. So this is, you can say, initial stuff in that particular direction. In the tomorrow's, you can say, example, you will be having the more clarity. Okay, and step by step, like we will be able to identify the problem, and then we'll see how to resolve that particular problem. and probably you are having understanding at this moment, like in which direction we are moving and what exactly we are doing at this moment. Okay, so if you are having the clarity about the directions, try to utilize your skills and all, try to think creative, and try to identify the problems that we can solve, like say this is the problem and how to tackle this particular problem. So we will be, although like I am having the complete, you can say, flow, what I'm going to present in front of you, so that will be coming. But if you are having certain, you can say, problem statement, you can come and we can discuss, we can try to identify the solution on top of that as well. And I think Nikhil has asked, like say we can summarize. So say if we are having 10 messages or 20 messages at this moment, so but and all of those particular messages are important one. Okay, we just don't want to lose the context, what we need to do at that moment. So what we will do, we will give all of these messages to the large language model, get the summary with respect to those particular messages, and then we'll pass the summary plus the question to the large language model. At this moment probably you are not able to understand, that is perfectly fine. If you are able to get 10% or 20% with respect to the problem statement, that is fine. Slowly slowly you will be able to get the context in which direction we are moving and what exact trying to do over here. So we are trying to work with respect to the modern chatbots, what the functionality those chatbots are providing, and we are trying to have the implementation of that particular functionality. Probably you are able to get the idea, but if this is not there, no need to worry. If you are able to get 30, 40, or 60%, that is perfectly fine. I'm with you. I will try to give you more and more understanding in our upcoming sessions. Tomorrow we will drill it a little bit more, and then you will be having more clarity onto this particular problem statement. The thing is that the context or the crux of this particular problem statement is to provide less number of tokens to the large language model, because tokens are are equivalent to cost. If we are having more tokens, we need to pay more cost. If we are having less tokens, we need to pay less cost. The cost will be less over there. So we are trying to minimize the number of tokens over here, which will be given to the large language model. And from both of these two graphs, this is the simpler one where we are starting, and whatever we are having are giving to the chat model. Okay, it is going to take all the previous chats what we are having, and it will give it to the large language model and provide us the output. But what we have done over here, we have added a node, that is filter node. What this particular filter node is doing, it is taking the messages and apply the filtration on top of that, and pass the required messages or less number of messages to the large language model, so that the cost will be less. Don't think our with respect to the context and all, say if we need to start with say hi, chatbot will say hi, and then the human will say I'm good. Don't try to correlate it with rest with that particular conversation stuff. We will be having the we will be having the development of the conversation chatbot as well, no need to worry. But at this moment what we are discussing, try to minimize the cost that is done with the help of removing the unwanted or previous messages which are not required. We can say which is not required with respect to the cost. It might be possible those messages are necessary, but that particular stuff we'll explore in our tomorrow's session, like how to do the improvement on top of this particular thing. You can take it in this particular way. If this particular approach, if the previous messages are important one, and by removing those particular messages, we are say removing the context that we are providing through the large language model. So that is also not making a sense. I'm setting the context over here, so we need to do something else so that the context will retain over there, and we will be able to get the outcome as well, correct output, along with the cost saving functionality. Okay, so that is the stuff that will start from the tomorrow, in tomorrow's session. And if you guys are having any issue, you can discuss. Let me stop the recording for a little at this moment.